Jacob Cast 2024. We're going to talk about what happened tonight on Monday Night Raw. The show just went off the air a few minutes ago. Um, Now this is how Monday Night Raw ended. Uncle Howdy and Chad. We saw the in-ring debut of Uncle Howdy. He had a very good match with Chad Gable in the main event. Very good match. Uncle Howdy was over. Bo Dallas looked great tonight. Now it's also the first time we saw Bo Dallas in the ring in in all these years. In like a few years, I think. Um, and for the rest of the show, we will talk about what Randy Orton said and everything with the Judgment Day and the Terror Twins, Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley. The LWO was back on TV. CM Punk and Drew McIntyre, the feud getting so intense. And as for the Intercontinental Championship tournament, next week we got two more triple threat matches. They already announced those matches, by the way. Oh wait, my able to show you those matches right now. If you guys want to see more, hit that like button, leave a comment, please subscribe to my channel. Let me know in the comments section if you want to see more. My video is sponsored by Fightful Wrestling, Good My Work Commentaries, Solomon the Sound Off, Post Wrestling, Wrestling Inc., JD from New York. Make sure you guys enjoy my video. Hold on. Now that's what we saw on the show. Just want to show you guys the match card. They did cut that great promo. Wait a minute. Aren't they supposed to show? Should I do my now? Well, actually, no. Well, I'm listening to Go Home show, so I can. Maybe I should. Or maybe, well, do my preview in predictions. But I'm just gonna show y'all what's on the math card here. Hold on, just have to change my camera angle, make sure it's not glistening or freezing. Hey, what the hell? What's going on with the camera? I'm making this video on my phone. I hate when it does this. Here's Bastard Malin, Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest versus Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio match in Germany. Should be a great match. The build has been great. The feud's been intense. We got Cody Rhodes defending the WWE Championship against Kevin. No, is that gonna open the show? I'm not sure. We got CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre in a strap match. This is also another match that can be very good. The feud has been so intense. We saw that brawl that they did on this show. The feud been personal. I think CM Punk will probably win this match. He'll get the bracelet back, and then they'll end this feud at Hell in a Cell at Bad Blood. Here's the mid tag team match. Alba Fire and Isla Dawn defending that woman tag team champion against Bianca Belair. Gunther versus Randy Orton for the World Heavyweight Championship. I think that's gonna main event. This is in Gunther's hometown, so he had the hometown advantage. Obviously, Gunther's gonna win that. I don't think I'm gonna talk about the matches. I won't do my preview and predictions today. I think I'll do them on Friday. I'm gonna talk about what happened here on Monday Night Raw. I also want to remind you guys know WWE Hall of Famer Psycho Sid passed away. He passed away today. He had cancer and he passed away. They showed the highlights of his career all those years ago. He was born in 1960 and passed away in 2024 in memory of Psycho Sid, one of the greatest, one of the greatest legends of all time. I think my favorite feud that he had was with Shawn Michaels and with The Undertaker at WrestleMania 13 when he defended the WWF Championship against The Undertaker, and that was a great match. Okay, so here are the matches here. Here are the matches for next week. Next week they'll be in Denver, Colorado. Here are the matches next week. The Intercontinental Championship number one contender tournament triple threat qualifying match. Bronson Reed, Ludwig Kaiser. Ludwig Kaiser and Sheamus. Now this match is unpredictable. I'm not sure who's gonna win it. Bronson Reed has been dominant. He dominated Braun Strowman tonight. Backstage. Maybe Kaiser? I think Sheamus should win it. Just to be safe, I think Sheamus should win it. That's next Monday. Um, the triple threat match, Ilya Dragunov versus Dragon Lee and Dominic Mysterio. Dragunov had been on TV a few weeks. He hadn't been used. He's not in the program. Same thing with Dragon Lee. He's been on TV. I don't think he's winning it. Maybe Dominic should win it since he's on TV, been on TV more. But Dragon Lee hadn't been used. He just came back tonight. Dragunov, he's not being used. He's not in the program. Wasn't he taken out by Braun Breaker? Maybe he should win it, and he can wrestle Braun Breaker. So I think I'll go with him. Shayna Baszler versus Zelina Vega. Now, earlier tonight in the show, Vega did cost Shayna Baszler and her team the map with damage control. So these two are gonna have a match next week. They'll feud for a bit. Jag gave over the American Made. He came out with Uncle Howdy. They had a very good match. Thought the map was very good. Wasn't the best, but it was a very decent match. Very good. The crowd loved it. Uncle Howdy would make it over. He got through and sent to Abigail. The American Made trying to get involved, but the back, and he wanted to sit to Abigail. And that's how the show ended. And that's how the show ended. Wait. Okay, now I can get back to I can now get back to this. Okay. Wow. That's Boom playing World of Warcraft.
For those of you who are the future WWE champion. Segment was okay. Still not blown away by the CM Punk segments. I feel like the feud has cooled off a little bit. I know they're trying to not do too much, considering they'll probably have a Hell in a Cell match at Bad Blood. But yeah, I feel like they need something at this point.
63 years old.
A lot of it wasn't necessarily
63.
fighting.
63.
A lot of it
He was 63 years old.
but like I don't know. In the end, like at this point, years are between his run, and unfortunately, they would. That was before they actually wanted you to wear the ring. No. This is just for vaccine. What we were saying. I was like, no. Yeah. No. The IFBs are kind of like this. They try to hide this. Yeah. This is just for production.
So, Bastard Berlin previewed the patent of Sid. Psycho Sid, former WWE and WCW champion, before he died at 63. He died of cancer. The Undertaker detailed backstage interaction with Triple H after SummerSlam. The Hall of Famer Casey explained why he wanted to tell his son Jey Uso to take a break. The rumors why a Sith member could be sign of independence to return. Who's that gonna be? Everything was SummerSlam. That was quite the miracle. I already wanted it.
But especially the families, because it's nice to see someone that you love, their work be acknowledged like that and remembered. And I can imagine that they've been, seeing all of the love and everything coming out from everybody on social media that has been writing, all of the nicest things and just like memories and clips. I mean, my whole timeline has been filled with so many like little videos and so many of them right here just like lined up because it's been nice just to like go back and just look at those things. And I think the number one thing, and I think like the first thing that I wanted to say when I thought about Psycho Sid, like the first thing that I think of to me, and it was even mentioned in the video too, was it's simple, aura, Sean. It's aura. You can't teach a presence like that. And everybody talks about obviously the winning the title, Madison Square Garden, Shawn Michaels, him coming out of the heels, and him being the heel, and him getting like massively cheered. That's like one of the things. Like I think I've watched that clip now like 100 times because it kept popping up on my timeline today, and it's things like that. That's why I say aura when it comes to just like putting someone over, and it's I don't know, Sean. It sucks, and I hate every time we have to talk about losing somebody, and but at the same time, it's nice to celebrate someone's life.
So I saw Sid when I was like wee little, couldn't even talk yet, but I saw Sid and I was like, oh my god, this is the
They're all talking about Psycho Sid.
this place is
I decided to partner.
with Sid Vicious in WCW, Sid Justice in WPF, and Psycho Sid when he came back. But he was always Sid, so you always knew that it was him. And
Oh, 3 hours later. Do you remember Sid? This is on WWE television. Now this is what we got on the television. We got Judgment Day come out for a promo. They talk about their match at Bass in Berlin. They did have a brawl with the LWO. We haven't seen Rey Mysterio in a few weeks. Same thing with the LWO. But they came out here. They had a match. Liv Morgan helped the Judgment Day steal a win from the LWO. Then they brawled with them. They attacked them for a bit. the Terror Twins targeted Judgment Day and Chaos. Priest and Ripley came out. Went after Judgment Day. The end result, we had Damian Priest hit the South of Heaven on Carlito, and Rhea hit the Riptide on JD McFist on JD McDonough. We had Damage Control defeated the Pure Function Collective, Shayna and Zoe Stark. Zelina Vega helped Damage Control win, by the way. So she's gonna continue the feud with Shayna, Zoe, and Sonya Deville. We got a pretty good brawl with CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. Some people think the feud getting kind of stale and like boring. The promos haven't been that great, but the brawls have been fine. They're hyping up their match at Bath and Berlin, the strap match. CM Punk unleashes a victorious attack on Drew McIntyre. It's all about the damn bracelet. So clearly, get a victory back. Because he lost at SummerSlam because of bullshit, because of Seth Rollins. Even though it was his own fault that he lost, but whatever. Pretty sure Punk will get a win back at Bath and Berlin. We had a pretty good promo with Randy Orton. We didn't see Gunther tonight. We didn't get a brawl with them, but Randy Orton promises to humble Gunther and take his title in Berlin. He talked about being a 15-time world champion. He talked about when he was 19 years old when he signed with the company. 19 years old. Yeah. Jey Uso advances in the Intercontinental title match. He beat Karen Cross and Xavier Woods. Jey Uso is the most over guy on Monday Night Raw. He comes from the crowd, he does the yeet, he does the wave. He pinned Karen Cross in the triple threat match. They did say in 2 weeks it'll be in a fatal 4-way match to see who faces Braun Breaker for the title. We did get Bronson Reed versus Braun Strowman. The match ended in a no contest. The match was pretty good, but it ended in a no contest or a double countout. They wrestled backstage, they brawled outside. Bronson Reed hit the tsunami onto a car on Braun Strowman. It got the crowd pumped, crowd chanting, holy shit. Bronson Reed had been both very good. He's been dominant, he's been beating everybody. He also had a segment with The Miz and teased they going after The Miz. Now, since he took out Braun Strowman, obviously Strowman can sell the attack for a few weeks. He took out Seth Rollins. He's been taking out everyone with his tsunami. He's been dominant. He's getting protected. Crowd getting behind Bronson Reed. Will Bronson Reed win this triple threat match next week? Will he face Braun Breaker? We'll have to wait and see. We do have Pete Dunne. He won the other triple threat match, so now he advances in the Intercontinental title. He'll be part of that fatal 4-way in 2 weeks. Him and Jay. And then we'll find out who the other 2 participants are going to be next week.
At Domino's, you can get more than just amazing, delicious pizza. There's also lava cakes, bread bites, and more. The softball thing. A softball. That's why I said, like, it's shocking that he was out of action. But like, this guy saw so many resets. Like, he was a top guy in WCW in like 1994. It's just
And a lot of the tap, right?
one time he was telling me I was working a mattress and he bowed up to me and stuff like that. I really backed off, like really scared, and almost jumped out of the ring. When we got to the back, he just said, "You know what? I get it. You're supposed to maybe cower a little bit, but don't overdo it. Just still, he's trying to tell me, really, you can back off a little bit, but don't run." Yeah. Teaching little things like that, and stuff. So he says, "Don't be afraid of it. I ain't gonna hurt you." Full of matches, in and out, and then gets back into WCW. I always remember this segment where he's in the ring with Flair and Arn Anderson, and they go to break, and the camera is on the ring, and Arn and Sid are talking in the corner, and they shake hands, and this is not like an angle. This is not something they're drawing attention to. You just see them in the ring, and he did the $1 million corporation thing for a little while, helped one get there, vanished again, came back, did his top guy run in WWF, vanished again, came back to ECW, did his WCW run, and then very unfortunately, he had this horrific injury. It's a miracle that man walked comfortably, much less wrestled again. And he did. And one of my fondest memories was the Heath Slater spot in 2012 when they were leading the Raw 1000. And Heath Slater said he's the master of the world. This was during a very terrible crowd era for WWE. They did not give him the respect he deserved. But that man was out there at like late 40s, early 50s after a double compound fracture, power bombing another grown man. Man, bless him, dude. Like that guy. I don't know if there's a more perfect working pro wrestler. What I thought it was over. This is a finisher kick out done right because nobody expected it to happen.
Matthew Watson. Now, before I get back to the other podcasters like Fightful and JD, I'm gonna show you Christian Miracle. When you guys hear from Christian Miracle, he's also a podcaster. He also does podcasts on WWE and AEW, Everything on WWE, and SummerSlam 2024. So he did SummerSlam that took place in Cleveland, Ohio. He will do NXT Premium Live events. He will send Battleground and Heat Waves. And he will do other videos he planned for the future.
I still remember what it was like in that crowd. That was the loudest reaction to a kiss I've ever heard in WWE. I've seen a lot of those. The outrage of the commentators had been to it as well. The storytelling of this moment is absolutely insane, and we're taking another 10 minutes to counter on a loud start to SummerSlam. Coming up next is the Intercontinental Championship rematch between Sami Zayn and Braun Breaker. And to be honest, I got a motive in here. Why does practically every title change have to happen on a big floor and in a stadium? If you keep doing that again and again, it makes every other event practically worthless due to no big moments happening. And Finn Balor is not even trying to hide his intentions to betray Damian Priest. Getting mad at him when he came out no matter what the situation is. I don't know if I should say Finn for not even hiding his intention or say Damian for failing to realize the trap he's walking into. Before I see the advertisement, I just want to point out that Michael Cole already announced the American manga on a Skycan less than 5 minutes ago. It's part of the deal to announce it twice, though, and everyone wasn't paying attention the first time wrestled the match at SummerSlam. Sure, he appeared on the pre-show in 2016, but that was the pre-show, which doesn't mean shit to it. Ron Breaker watched Goldberg matches to get ready for this Intercontinental Championship match and got inspired. Turns out Sami Zayn did the same thing and was ready to counter the immediate spirit. Wait, Brock. And that's the unfortunate part. You could look like the best wrestler in the world while in NXT, but look like a complete joke when you get up on the main roster. Or Shinsuke Nakamura. Instead of continuing the offense, Ron Breaker constantly tells Sami Zayn, this really did turn into a Goldberg match. Lasted about 5 minutes, and a few quick spears got the win. All we're missing is a jackhammer, and maybe the perfect example of a Goldberg match. But it's also unfortunate that Braun lost the second pair of split all just to quickly beat him within a few minutes at SummerSlam, a much larger event. Who cares about the other matches we had? Cody Rhodes, as well as playing a Tetris tournament and competing in a Mr. Beast challenge. You're going to be saying this, but at least Brock Lesnar had a arm to attend to. I don't want to ruin SummerSlam's momentum, so let's just throw a text and reset. Also, this is Logan Paul's third defense as the United States champion, and this is his 7th time wrestling in 2024. And all of his defenses have been in 2024 as well, but that's it. Logan Paul letting everyone in the stadium know that Roman Reigns is here as he gives acknowledgement. Introducing the cliches since this seems to be a picture from the room zone to the outside of the ring. Ever think that this is also not the night? I know, but I never saw a villain who could have another
Hold on.
SummerSlam. Those 3 being Alberto Del Rio in 2011, Randy Orton in 2013, and Io Sky in 2023. Sure, we no longer remember Alberto Del Rio, but it's still a fact. You cannot pretend certain things don't exist on record. Here are 3 sins, courtesy of my fan, finish him up with the Anaconda device, and then take it back. And again, honestly, is there any point of Drew McIntyre keeping the bracelet after he defeated CM Punk? Pyrotechnics shown for the fans. While Gunther posing as the Duke, versus all time American. This is what makes a WWE Championship match worth watching. Fortunately, this one doesn't get anywhere near as good as that big moment in April. Nearly 12 minutes of entrances for only 2 wrestlers. Not the hurry whatsoever. That's horrible when it happens. This has to be one of unless you throw yourself out of the ring. Maybe some chairs or tables got involved in the match. This would become more interesting. Instead, we have to wait about 25 minutes before the first set of appearances happen. And in those 25 minutes, there's really not a lot going on at all. Okay, Paul's dead. Cody's shoulder was down. WWE is really trying to recapture the match with Bloodline Bulls at WrestleMania 40. And Baylor probably thinks he's the new WWE champion without ever defeating Cody Rhodes. Instead of showing up one at a time cost Roman Reigns everything, why didn't they just have the Tonga brothers and Jacob Fatu attack all at once to prevent history from repeating itself on Solo's case? What kind of condition is well, crossroads on Solo said no one. After all, Kevin Owens and Randy Orton are standing on around the ring. I guess I can take a sit after that. Cody Rhodes was alert that Jacob Fatu arrived and quickly threw Solo Sikoa away from him, having enough time to move out of the way from Jacob's whisper to win. But he still didn't figure that's what was about to happen. Also, you had Solo in your arms after he took 2 crossroads in a row. And shows he's the more qualified Samoan to challenge for the position of Tribal Chief. Roman Reigns returning as a babyface for the first time since WrestleMania 40 gave a reaction louder than anything Vince McMahon ever tried to do with him as a face. Who would have thought actually giving everyone a reason to cheer for him would lead to everyone cheering for him? This moment where Roman Reigns returned was one of the greatest moments in SummerSlam history. Here are 30 cents taken from the counter. Let's fucking go. Why the fuck do you think Roman Reigns is here? He doesn't take a genius to figure out the cards right.
Alright, now we got that over with. Hold on. We got Solomon the Sound Off. We got Jazz Faces.
Is the reason we created new Shea Moisture whole body deodorant. That being said, we got some recipes involving a certain contract that's coming up, and the name might surprise you. Passing. I'm not going to have much to say about it.
I think over time he may tweak the appearance. Again, this was only match number one. That's one thing I would change. This was also likely Randy Orton's final night on Monday Night Raw. Again, he was not traded to Raw. He's only been making appearances on the show because he is challenging Gunther for the World Heavyweight title this Saturday in Berlin. Gunther was not on the show. He has been on WWE's international tour. But Randy Orton was. And so there to make the final hard sell for his match. Well, he ain't walking out. We had 2 triple threat matches in the Intercontinental title tournament. They were looking to crown a number 1 contender for Braun Breaker's title. We have 2 next week. All 4 winners
To me,
will then meet in a fatal 4-way match in 2 weeks on Raw. And at that point, we will know who the number 1 contender is going to be.
it could be Dragon.
But I thought
it
the
could
2
be
matches that we had tonight in the
Beverly
tournament
Hills.
were solid. We also had a battle of the big men. We had ourselves, the way I would describe it is we had ourselves a kaiju battle here on this show. It was Godzilla on one side, King Kong on the other.
And like as a kid, I was such a 8 years old watching this, and I'm like, wait a second, he doesn't have that many wins. I read all the house show results. I was like a little 10, 11-year-old reading the house show results. I was like, he doesn't have this many. They're like 50 wins in a month. But then they started to lean into that. And Sid would just show up and powerbomb people. And every time he powerbombed somebody, he would count it as like 3 wins. So that's how he was racking up his win. He would just show up backstage, find a luchador, powerbomb him into a table, and he's like, that's 5 more wins!
You know
I
what?
love that.
It's also a sign that you should have known you were going to be in this wrestling reporter
Yeah.
business game. That you were like, I don't know, these backstage, the math ain't mathing.
Listen, I was making everybody sure everybody defended their titles in 30 days. I was on DDTdigest.com.
At
where you
9
go-
years old?
Oh my god, as a little kid, I was probably like 11, but I was a little kid reading DDTdigest.com. That was my shit, man. I loved it. We got Rastastat saying my favorite Sid memory is when I almost legit T-boned his car at a parking lot for a WCW house show. The fun part, his passenger was Rick Steiner, who he was facing the main event that night.
Months. We lost both Wild Samoans in less than 2 months. Alpha and Sika. Kevin Sullivan just passed away not 2 weeks ago, I don't think. Got the news straight from his son on Facebook that Sid Beauty, better known, he had a lot of names in his career, but better known as Vicious Psycho Sid, passed away. Passed away at the age of 63. Apparently, he was suffering. I don't know all the details. I don't think that's been revealed as far as what kind of cancer, for how long. Apparently, he kept it to himself and contracted COVID, and that is what ultimately led to his death. Sid is an interesting case because you have heard me, if you've listened to my show for any length of time, you have very likely heard me mention Sid here and there. I was a Sid mark. There was just something about Sid that I loved. I was a big fan of the power bomb. I was a big fan of just him.
This is the
Tonight going into Berlin, we got Punk and McIntyre, we got Bronson Reed, we got Randy Orton, we got the Judgment Day, Damian Priest, Rhea Ripley, Uncle Howdy in-ring debut in Providence, Rhode Island, which is home to one of my favorite Bray Wyatt moments, probably one of my favorite Bray Wyatt moments of all time. In Providence, Rhode Island, I think you guys know exactly what that is. And it was this past weekend where we celebrated the 1-year anniversary of Bray Wyatt's passing, which is a beautiful thing to see. Uncle Howdy on Monday Night Raw in the main event in Providence against Chad Gable. Before we get into Monday Night Raw, I want to give my thoughts, my love, and my well wishes to the family of Sid Beauty, better known as Sid Vicious, better known as Psycho Sid in WWE. We got the unfortunate news of his passing today, which kind of blindsided a lot of people. I did not think that he was in that state of mind health-wise. I did not realize that he was not feeling well. But just a few words about Psycho Sid. I'm not going to go over Psycho Sid's entire catalog of matches and his 30-year career. But what I can tell you, as a fan of WWE for basically all of my life, and a fan of pro wrestling, I started watching pro wrestling at 4 years old. The very first thing that I ever seen was WrestleMania 5. That was it. Like, over my grandma's house, Ultimate Warrior, Ravishing Rick Rude, Intercontinental Championship, Hulk Hogan, Macho Man. I mean, my dad sat us around the table. He watched. He was young enough, and he was.
Atkins on Earth, or any other talent on NXT. It's funny because I often mention that I think JC Jane would translate really well to the main roster. And I've had people reach out and say, yeah, we thought that.
Together. And I'm very fortunate that I could.
And equitable.
That Survivor Series because Shawn was the babyface. Sid was a babyface too. But and there was no one who was more over in that venue on that night than Psycho Sid. The moment he came out, put his fist out, fist bump people, who's the man, who's the man. Remember Vladimir in the front row giving him a big hug. He just had this like physical charisma about him. But people were nuts for him. When he came back in '96, they brought him back to the company when the Ultimate Warrior flaked out, as of course a lot of people thought he would. And they brought Sid in to take his place. And I don't know what it was about him at that time during that run. But those WWF fans, they took to him and they said, this is the guy. This guy is cool. He was so over in late '96 during that run that he had. More over then than he was at any other point during his career. That's what I will always remember about Sid. That and the leg injury, which is the worst injury I've ever seen.
Big men in all of WWE. When you're a little kid watching during that time period, and you're looking at Psycho Sid walk on out with that fucking classic. I wish I could get on you guys just a little bit. You guys can Google it. I'm sure you, like me, owns the WWE Volume Music CD.
Think of something different to add their own flair to it.
And I brought this up a number of times, and I was so happy Corey Graves did as well. I'm not referring to the horrible things that Art Barr did, because he did some gross shit. But like as a performer, Dominic reminds me far more of Art Barr than he does Rey Mysterio or Eddie Guerrero. And that was Eddie Guerrero's tag team partner back in Mexico back in the day. That's who he really reminds me of. And that's a good comparison as far as performance goes.
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like when it comes to the frog splash, I do think that a lot of people, I don't love how everybody does it. I think some people do it really well and some people didn't like the
Sit
start.
bad on your watch along.
I was legit. I was like, screw this. Y'all tease me and then you ruin the moment.
I mean, I don't understand why the LWO would have any love for Davey Priest. Like, Rhea turned Ray's son against him, Denise. Broke the family. Showed up at his house.
Yeah, that is true.
I want some continuity here.
Well, I mean, I think they're just along the lines of, oh, well, we're all baby faces, so let's all freaking
I
get
hate
in a
that.
circle together
I
and
hate
hold hands. I don't know. See, now I'm even more mad. Why they have to come out and ruin it? But the opening promo I also didn't like. I didn't think it was a hot way to start off the show. I thought that Judgment Day felt really flat. The new version of the Judgment Day felt really flat with that opening Raw promo. There was really nothing. Like, tell me something they said. Liv and Dom are on top. Okay, great, whatever.
Well, Apex Caliber says Finn and finally saying that Priest and Rhea were the heels. Yeah, he is sort of justifying why they're the good guys, so to speak. But I kind of think that everybody are assholes in this situation. It's just there's a couple of people that are more likable assholes throughout this entire process.
Yeah, they did a whole video where they were talking about how they're the bad guys and I don't know what else. Singing in Korea. They did a whole video about that. I thought, okay, so they are bad guys. So then why are they coming down to save Rey Mysterio?
Yeah. I mean,
Rey
maybe
Mysterio
there's
didn't even like Rhea Ripley.
maybe if it's them trying to make good for to Ray, that I'm like, all right. And we'll
Then you start with an apology. Hey, sorry, Rey, that we ruined all of your battle.
listen, I wouldn't mind them bringing that up next week, like saying we realize now what we did was messed up, and we realize that we were the catalyst. Because I think that reflecting on your poor behavior is a very baby-faced thing to do. Nobody's perfect. We also had the Terrence Wentz promo. Rhea speaking in Spanish is going to get a lot of, hate from social media, so there's that. Apex says Ray even complimented Rhea out of nowhere. Well, listen, that's going to happen. Guys,
Wait, La Liv. That's what we
You
call
liquor
her, La
content.
Liv. La
was,
Liv.
isn't that the live?
Yeah, but it's like the female version. Yeah, La Liv.
Okay, okay.
But
Sure. Why the hell they say Ray? I'm with you. I'm with you. John De Corona says, let's just say the big WWE or AEW does a PLE pay-per-view in Mexico.
Time-wise, I think they did it exactly at the moment that they had to, so I would not have changed it. But Colin, thank you for the message. I appreciate it. And for those of you who may have missed it, I'm talking about Sid, about all this historical stuff. I do want to remind you that there is an hour-long segment from this past weekend's Sound On, episode 876, talking about 25 years of SmackDown. I'm actually kind of stunned, to be honest, that WWE didn't promote this. I have not heard them say anything about the anniversary of SmackDown becoming a weekly series, which took place today, 25 years ago to this very day, August 26, 1999. SmackDown became a weekly television series. There was a pilot in April that got picked up, and it started officially in August. And they made such a big deal about SmackDown, like 15-year anniversary, Raw's 20th anniversary. So I figured let's do a list of the top 25 matches and moments in SmackDown history. And so that is up right now for you. It's also on the channel. Check it out. Leave your own feedback and comments. Let me know what you think of the list that I put together. It's not a ranked list, but
Becoming the best thing about the show. I genuinely am looking forward to everything Bronson Reed does. Everything. He is fucking nailing. Grand slam every single time. WWE's put men on base with him at the plate, and he's fucking absolutely running it every single time. And shout out to him, man. He's doing the best work in the story right now. Him and Braun Strowman had one hell of a match. was expecting as much. I didn't expect them to go into the parking lot. I didn't expect them to destroy vehicles in the parking lot, but whatever they did tonight, man, it was a sight to behold. No question about it. So we'll talk about that. The Intercontinental Championship title tournament is underway. It is not a traditional 8-man tournament. It is not bracket-style tournament like the King of the Ring was. It is 4 separate fatal 4-ways on Monday night. The winners of each 4-way will advance to a final fatal 4-way with all the other winners. And the winner of that match will become the number 1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship and Braun Breaker. Which I don't mind. I actually like that because how many times do we see a standard 8-man bracket tournament? How many times can you do that? So WWE taking a little bit of a different road with this. I appreciate it. I really don't mind. Because we just got done with the King of the Ring. The King of the Ring finals concluded at SummerSlam. Why are we going to go right back and do another tournament? So I like the fact that they have included more guys. It's 4 fatal 4-ways. It's 3, 6, 9, 12. In a traditional 8-man tournament, we would only get 8. So Triple H is giving opportunities to more individuals than a single bracket elimination tournament. So that started tonight. And we got Jey Uso and Pete Dunne advancing. So those 2 names are advancing. And we got matches lined up for next week with names like Dragon Lee, Ilya Dragunov, Dominic Mysterio, Sheamus will all be involved in 4-ways next week on Monday Night Raw. So we will talk about that and who I see walking out of this Intercontinental Championship tournament. And then Uncle Howdy, he debuted tonight in the ring for the first time under the mask, Bo Dallas, taking place tonight in Providence, Rhode Island, which is a centralized hub for one of the greatest Bray Wyatt moments of all time. And you guys know what I'm talking about, man. That's the kid with Daniel Bryan, now Bryan Danielson, the AEW World Heavyweight Champion, the new AEW Champion, beating Swerve Strickland at All In on Sunday afternoon. Bray Wyatt and Bryan in that steel cage match. You guys know the yes chants. You guys know the yes movement in fucking 100% full effect on the road to WrestleMania 30. Absolutely tremendous visual. One that still gives me chills even to this day. Watching that 10 years later. Providence, Rhode Island, coming off the weekend where we celebrated the 1-year passing of Bray's unfortunate death, and Uncle Howdy showing everybody why Bray Wyatt is still alive and well in everybody's minds and in everybody's hearts. I thought what they did was great, but I did have one major problem with the match and one major issue with Uncle Howdy himself. I will talk about that tonight on Monday Night Raw. I want to thank you guys very much for joining me here on the podcast. Tonight's sponsored by Magic Mind. I'm drinking Magic Mind to get me through these long days, man. These long days. Seriously, Magic Mind's got you covered, guys. If you guys want to try Magic Mind for yourself, I love it. I take it every morning. Have it before my coffee every morning. Make sure you guys sign up. JD from NY40 is the code. You're going to go to magicmind.com/JD from NY40. And you're going to sign up. And 10 people only. The first 10 people that sign up are going to get.
This is the Google Pixel.
The referee with pulled Dom out to safety just as Ray was.
He said he had a great power.
Did you ever have a wrestling buddy?
I got one right now.
Oh, I've never had one. What do you have? Well, I guess we'll find out in just a second. Sean Ross Sapp has. That's
And Damian Priest. Rhea grabbed Liv before she could scamper off into the crowd, threw her into the ring post. This whole time, as Priest is wrestling the members of the Judgment Day and Rhea is going after Liv, beating her up, Dominic is still standing, perched like a gargoyle up on the top of the ring post casing. Like he has nowhere to go, he doesn't know what to do. until Damian Priest now is outside on one side. Rhea gets into the ring, and Dominic just jumps off the top rope, lands on his feet, and then realizes, oh shit, Rhea's there. So Rhea's in the ring with him. She was waiting for him. Liv Morgan goes into the ring and jumps on Rhea's back. Priest knocks Dominic down, takes him down with a right hand. Dominic and Liv end up escaping, and Rhea gives JD McDonough a riptide and David Carlito a chokeslam to end the segment. So some fun moments in the match itself, with Priest and Rhea bouncing back after being left laying by the Judgment Day last week. So that was their last push before we get the mixed tag on Saturday. It's going to be Damian and Rhea taking on Dominic and Liv. I'm looking forward to that because the dominant story on this show now for many months. And between the heat that they've been getting and the reaction that I'm expecting, the noise, the reaction from the fans in Berlin, especially if it's anything like Backlash was, that's going to be a lot of fun. And everybody is going to be waiting for the Riptide. Riptide to Dominic, which I think we get. I think we'll get that on Saturday. In the back, Kofi Kingston was with Xavier Woods. They agreed that they had been together as long as they had because they were emotionally secure grown men who talked things out. Now they each had a chance to bring the Intercontinental title to the New Day because Kofi Kingston was in one of the triple threat matches tonight. Xavier Woods was in the other. Randy Sky and Kairi Sane taking on Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. They went to break 40 seconds into this match after Sonya Deville took a cheap shot at Kairi with the camera's miss. Kairi made a comeback after the break. Shayna caught her with a knee strike. Zoe
sort of like making it seem like CM Punk fans are cult fans. I think like cult-like fans. I like that. I did laugh really hard though at this, Sean. Did you notice? So like when Drew McIntyre sat down to do the CM Punk sitting down thing, he couldn't really stay down because his skinny jeans were too tight. And if you notice, his legs were never all the way down; they were sort of up, so he couldn't bend that way. And then he got up pretty fast, and you could tell those skinny jeans were not working for that. So that was kind of funny. But I did like this though because once CM Punk came out, it was cool the way that he basically, ended up throwing him on the commentary table, ended up hitting him with strap out. I thought that was really great. I feel like, and then once the security guards came out, I was kind of pissed. I thought, oh man, this is happening again. First we were screwed out of the frog splash from Dominic. Now we're screwed out of a beating here from CM Punk to Drew. So I was effing thrilled when CM Punk went and started hitting all of the freaking security guards with the strap. So I did think that kind of made up for it. And it made for a little fun moment. So I did think that once Punk got out there, it turned into something fun. But yeah, the promo from Drew today was just nothing really special to really talk about other than what I mentioned.
Yeah, the promo stuff tonight, there was nothing momentous. K775 says, do you think they have any surprises planned for Saturday? I don't. No, I don't, honestly. That's really all.
I think for these shows, they really rely on the fans and the fan energy to really drive the show. They have good matches, predictable matches, but they have good matches. So I'm expecting the matches to be good. I'm expecting the crowd to be lively, and that's sort of my expectation for Bash in Berlin.
Stephen Harden says, Sean, thank you and Denise for making Monday night so fun. You see the Drew Punk feud ending this Saturday, or did they get one more match? To me, it seems like their feud is losing steam. What do you think? I think they will maybe do Hell in a Cell at Bad Blood as well. But yeah, it absolutely is losing steam. Friendship bracelet thing ain't for me. It ain't my thing. I don't like it. It's not that big of 4 years in wrestling. They kept families out of most of it, and then when they would do it, it's like, but now across AEW, WWE, it's like nonsense. It's like Will Ospreay's family, and Bryan Danielson's family, and CM Punk's family, and I'm like, my God, man, like non-stop.
But in their defense, though, okay, Will Ospreay's wife, wrestler. Okay, CM Punk's wife, former wrestler. Cool. Who else's
Sure.
wife's family are we mentioning? Oh, Daniel Bryan's family.
Yeah, and
Former wrestler.
Cody. His mom wasn't a wrestler, but she was.
Yeah, but she's
Caught
got
up a lot
involved now, so now she's in there too. So.
Well, yeah, they got it. That's the point.
So I mean, to be fair, it was The Rock bringing her up and said he was gonna whip Cody like a dog in front of his mom.
It's a lot, and I got Mariah slapping her own mom, like
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah, you're right.
Christian, as somebody said, Christian talking about
Yeah, come on.
dead dads for years.
That's his whole
Yeah.
gimmick though. So I'm
So
like,
I know. I'm saying they're doing it too much in
Fuck you, my
wrestling.
birthday, made your
That's
shit.
the point. They're doing it
Fuck
way
you, my
too
house, man, made your
much.
shit.
I'm gonna buy you a friendship bracelet. I'm gonna
Do
yell you a
something
friendship
different.
bracelet, Sean. I'm gonna make you a friendship bracelet, and then we're gonna have Jeremy Lambert steal it from you, and then you're not.
Nasty Boys. It's a famous match because the Nasty Boys showed up that night. They were completely out of shape, or not in the shape that they had purported to be in. Especially Brian Knobbs. Sags looked okay, but Brian Knobbs is Brian Knobbs. But it's famous because, again, they misrepresented themselves as far as the condition that they were in. This is 2007, so this is long after their prime. And they come out not to their traditional WWF music, but to their WrestleMania the album, because I guess they didn't have the rights to the Jimmy Hart. So, they come out for this match, and they were hot dogged so much on their way out to the ring that it delayed or nearly delayed, I think, the start of the SmackDown taping. They had a rush because they were taking so long on their way to the ring. They were smacking hands with fans. They were acknowledging friends and family in the front row. Sags goes to the wrong side of the ring to climb the steps. He's in the fucking opponent's corner. They're like, your side of the ring is over there. Like, even before the bell rang, this was a disaster. And then the match itself was what it was. It botched the finish. The finish was fucking horrible. But yeah, so that match, if you want to see it now, it's not the best quality, but it is up on their Vault channel. Drew McIntyre actually did a job for the Nasty Boys. Not only did he do a job for the Nasty Boys, he took a pit stop. And if you know about the Nasty Boys, you know what that is. I don't think you can pay me enough to take a pit stop from the Nasty Boys. Yes, no surprise that they were not invited back. Don't call us, we'll call you. Michael Cole said that McIntyre has only competed in one strap match in WWE, and he lost. And that is true. He had a strap match at Extreme Rules 2 years ago against Karrion Kross. And I think the big surprise about that, the thing that really surprised me the most, is that Karrion Kross actually won a match. Believe it or not. And it was against Drew McIntyre. McIntyre mocked Punk for boasting about the role that the company has been on, the business role the company has been on, when he had nothing to do with it. He took issue with the fans continuing to chant for Punk and asked the fans if they know what an enabler is. He equated the fans chanting for Punk to handing a drink to an alcoholic. He said the fans would, which by the way, I've seen that. I was at the convention, it's the last Wrestle Reunion convention back in 2012 in Miami. First WrestleMania I ever went to. Now, I'll never forget it. It's in the lobby, and Honky Tonk Man, the wonderful guy that he is basically, he was doing that with Jake Roberts. Because Jake was still, Jake had not yet been saved by DDP Yoga. And he was on and off the wagon. But yeah, a scene in the lobby, I'll never forget it, where Honky Tonk Man was basically like forcing a drink on this guy. Oh, come on, it was that kind of thing. I'm just like, really? Like, what a fucking ass. Anyway, he said the fans would have to live with the scars that he will leave on Punk's body. So CM Punk's music played. Punk appeared not in the aisle, but he showed up in the ring behind McIntyre and started whipping him with the leather strap.
Just not as fun.
That match. Judgment Day got the best of them that 2 weeks in a row. I will say this about Monday Night Raw. I said this last week as well. They have had a nice string of opening matches hot. Whether it's something like Sheamus or Dragunov or Sheamus and Kaiser or Pete Dunne. Sheamus has been in that slot for a few weeks now. And this was another match in a string of matches that have really kicked things off on Monday Night Raw, kind of setting the tone for the show. Now, this show wasn't really overly exciting, but I thought this was a fun opening match that got the crowd hot and got the crowd excited to start Monday night. And I like it. I like the way that they've done that. I don't know if that's done by purpose or done by design, but I like it. He's about to jump off and dive through his father on the table.
That's just the way that WWE has booked women's wrestling over the last year or so. They have not developed contenders underneath. So you have Piper Niven challenging off of nothing. You had, my God, who else was it? Alba and Isla off of nothing. Michin won a match against Sydney Stratton, but the person that she's facing, Nia Jax, she's lost to twice in the last couple months. So they got to be better at building. Like, Michin got over, but you need to give her more. Michael Branson says we have one feed about a bracelet, the other about a necklace. Triple H is all about his.
Now
Jonathan
we about a ring or something.
Jonathan Corona says, question for you both, which wrestler has the best pyro? On top of that, which stadium has the best wrestling pyro?
Probably Cody, because he has a bunch of pyro.
I'll throw three from back in the day. Booker T, the Flames, and the
Oh, we're
Rise.
talking all time or just current?
Sure. Batista,
Yeah, okay.
Jimmy Jacobs during his ROH match where they just used all the pyro that they weren't going to take from Robert's Order.
Oh, yeah.
And Gangrel coming up to the bottom.
Oh, what about the Dudleys? Because they have the little the one that
that was
shoots her like.
That was yeah, as far as stadium, I can't think of anything in mind, but I will say this: the stuff at Wembley yesterday looked unbelievable.
Dude looked like Disneyland pyro.
It-
You see Disneyland pyro?
It's done. It's thrown. Bronson Reed man is going to be difficult to see him lose in a triple threat match next week. Bronson Reed go on to the fatal four-way final for the IC title. Do we get Bronson Reed versus Braun Breaker? Oh my goodness. Sign me up. Might not be time for that yet. But I'll tell you what, man. Braun Strowman, Bronson Reed, great match. With what Bronson Reed did tonight, man, it is getting increasingly more difficult to not want to put him in a situation where he's got a major singles title around his waist. I know Braun Breaker's the fucking chosen one here, but Bronson Reed is making a fucking statement just like my guy is making a fucking statement. Oh my goodness. Jason Barker with a one pump.
What I like about them doing these, though, is that in the past we have seen them just throw together fatal four ways to crown a number one contender. More next week. So we'll have four winners who will be a part of a four-way match, and the winner of that match will go on to challenge Braun Breaker at a later date for the Intercontinental title. Here, it was Jey Uso, Kofi Kingston, anyway. He said the fans would have to live with the scars that he will leave on Punk's body. This weekend. But he sent in a video promo. By the way, he worked Ilya Dragunov at one of the shows on the tour. How I wish I was there to see that.
No need to go at it with him, man. It's a losing cause. He tries to put down
I'm gonna go back and look for the clip, right? We all have our clips that we like to go back and watch, right? There hasn't been that many for me in recent years where I can honestly say, I want to go back and watch that. Like these really memorable moments, like things like this. And this is something that I would probably go back and watch in like 3 years or whatever. Be like, oh yeah, I remember that one time that Bronson Reed hit the tsunami on Braun Strowman. That's those kind of moments that I feel sometimes we still need to have, especially, I don't know if we look back at things fonder from our past or what, but I really do think that we have more moments like that in WWE. And this was one of them. And the moment where you just see like the dents go in the car, you see the glass break, you see a little electrical issue. Man, I love all that stuff. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna remember this. And this was very fun. I think you're right in terms of them sort of making Braun Strowman feel brand new again, because God, I remember when I was doing my SummerSlam rewatches and they had so many great stuff for Braun Strowman, and then out of nowhere, he just kind of became something that you didn't even care about. At one point when he came back to WWE, like you didn't really care. Go back to say that, but you just really didn't. And now I'm like, oh, okay, we're getting these two big meaty dudes. I remember Braun hit Bronson Reed with that big boot. I was sold on big boots. That's not even anything amazing, and I was sold. I had a great time with this. This was awesome, and I think we have something really special.
I want them to continue this. I keep saying in after years, a proper Peter Griffin versus Chicken storyline. I'm not talking about two people who can coexist and be across the table from one another. No, when the show comes on the air, they're fighting. There's a match happening in the ring, and you got somebody running to ringside saying, no, stop what you're doing now, because we need the two of you that are in the ring having a match to help us back there. We need everybody to possibly help us. That's what I want to see out of these two, and it will get Braun Strowman over.
Oh yeah, he's already in my book, bro. Bronson Reed for moms. We need to keep that shit going.
PNC Digital says, Punk loves Brett when he spoke to the bracelets fan to him. It reminded me of when Bret Hart's jacket was stolen by Tom Pierre. PCO still at it, by the way. Still at it. Chad, Howdy ended up winning this. There was a lot of shenanigans here. I wouldn't say this was a great match, but there were some really cool spots in this match. There were like the Olympic slam on the table. There was the big, like, I think it was a T-bone superplex. And then Wyatt Six got involved, Ivy Nile got involved, all that. But like there were like 3 really good moments during this match that I thought that's kind of how you need to construct what they're doing. And I mean, here's something wild to think about this. Do you know when Bo Dallas's last singles match was?
No, when?
August 2018. You know who it was against?
No.
Scott Dawson.
Damn, I didn't even remember Scott Dawson.
Exactly. I thought of that and I said, Scott Dawson. I go, oh my God, that's Dax Harwood.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't even register right now. I was thinking about it. I was like, wait a minute, hold on.
I forgot. Yeah, that's how long it's been.
Shit. Pre-COVID too.
5 years since his last in-ring match. And this is so wild. There were some very cool moments here that I thought at least condition you early on. It's like, all right, Bo's been out of the ring for a while, but he's taking some wild ass bumps here, like that ankle slam on the table, or Olympic slam they called it, and such. And Bo is only 34 years old. He's 34 years old without having bumped for the last 5 years.
Really, he's 24.
Well, I mean, he also got started very, very young. He was training at 18. He was on the WWE main roster at like 21. Way ahead. But I thought this was harmless, and they got the win here. Yeah.
I popped so hard for the ankle slam. That's the only part I care about to mention. That was the only part of the match that I was like, oh, nice. Because I mean, it was awesome. And on the commentary table, it was really cool. But I think the number one thing that a lot of people were mentioning when I was doing the watch along was the wig, the big giant wig. People were not really feeling it, too much hair. I just kind of feel like it was a little bit too much. But at some points, I did So I wonder if they're gonna
Yeah,
like
totally.
maybe tweak that a little bit.
Yeah,
I think they should. Just felt like a little too much. So that was the other really big thought that I had during this.
Guys, I want to thank you all so much for joining us. Check out my all-in review if you all didn't, and also I will to help us back there. We need everybody to possibly help us. That's
Look like Disneyland pyro.
It-
You see Disneyland pyro? It's amazing. Disneyland pyro, they go all out, man. I mean, they have this fireworks show. It's iconic.
guys, get in your super chats, get in your number chats. Let's talk about this segment. We ain't really gonna talk about the damn match, besides the fact that Braun's Reed did a suicide dive. Well,
It shouldn't have been the whole epic feud.
Steve and I agree. Jay Uso defeated Gary Cross and Kingston, and Pete Dunne defeated Miz and Xavier Woods. Neither one of these were particularly amazing matches.
They were good matches. They were
They
fine.
were fine.
They were good.
They were fine. But I did like the little tease of New Day before this with Xavier showing up with darker gear on, sort of like Matt Final Testament. Tease that as well. And then, of course, Kofi Kingston involved with Karrion Kross as well, like playing that up in their match. Jey Uso taking advantage of the fact that those two are at each other's throats. Then Pete Dunne sneaks a win on Miz over Xavier Woods. So these are fine. I'm glad these two advance. Pete Dunne needs that opportunity, and Jey Uso is very, very open.
Yeah, I actually thought now looking back at this, I actually thought the second match was probably the better one, the one with
Way better. Way
yeah,
better.
Miz and Woods and Dunn. I thought that match they looked like they were trying new stuff. They were really having fun with the three-way stipulation there that they had. So I felt like this one definitely stood out to me a whole lot more. So I was hoping to think like, oh yeah, they were actually good. I want to rephrase that. This match was pretty good. And to be honest, when I first saw the card announcement, I wasn't really too thrilled about it. I was like, yeah, whatever. This match is going to be like a throwaway. But no, I thought they did a good job. And I wasn't sure who was winning this match. I had gone with Pete Dunne, but I didn't actually think he was going to win. So the fact that Pete Dunne did get
We had the Braun Breaker promo as well. He's just waiting for his victim. That's effectively what he's doing here.
gimmick though, so I'm
I
okay with
know.
that.
I'm saying they're doing it too much in wrestling. Chip bracelet thing ain't for me. It ain't.
Though, because once CM Punk came out, it was cool the way that he basically
Powerbombed his old manager, Ted DiBiase. I had one of those when I was younger. And then as I got older,
Now it looks like that they might be in that podcast. Somebody will get back for it. There's the full recap, full highlight. We got Jey Uso on Raw Talk saying he'll be Intercontinental Champion. Where would Nikki? Uncle Howdy defeat Jey.
but did you really need to have a win? You could have had Punk's win.
Cars were parked there. There were some equipment cases, so they climbed on top of those. Reed grabbed what looked like a pipe, and he smacked Strowman with it a couple of times. And Strowman ended up laid out on the trunk. I'm sorry, not the trunk, on the roof. laid out flat on the roof of this car. Bronson Reed, who's on these equipment cases, looks up and says, "Oh, I can climb up on the ledge, right in front of the bushes. I can climb up on the ledge of this giant concrete wall." So, like a kaiju, he climbs like a monster. He climbs on top of this wall, and then he dives the wall onto Braun Strowman on the hood on the roof. I said, "Look at him."
Punk with the strap, it'll be on their conscience. So fans have to live with the stars. He gets Punk. Says he has chosen nostalgia over the warrior who has always been there during the darkest times. It's them because they know not what they do. He looked at the bracelet and called CM Punk's family bracelet a 50-cent piece of trash that causes so much emotional hurt to CM Punk. He says it's ironic that
SmackDown
the
ain't that good. The only thing that good is Roman Reigns in the bloodline. That's it. They need more than Ginger Cully was. They want to
CM Punk interrupted Drew McIntyre here, and this was funny because
Cully
CM Punk came out from
Now
underneath
they're
the ring and
without
started
Cully
attacking
Cully.
Drew McIntyre with the strap. Now the thing is, Punk was underneath the ring waiting to emerge. Meanwhile, he was underneath the ring. If you pay attention to his Instagram story, he was live on Instagram, live streaming right before he came out. And before he came out, he left his phone underneath the ring or on the apron, and everybody saw what was happening live. With him live streaming Drew McIntyre's beatdown. I thought that was pretty cool. It's nice that they let CM Punk go and kind of have that level of freedom. It's great. He whipped Drew McIntyre, and I'm looking forward to what carnage they cause each other on Saturday. Punk whipped him and then threw him into the announce desk and whipped him some more and punched him some more. Security ran out to separate them. Punk attacked security guys and threw them out of the ring. Graves says he hoped these guys, these four schmucks, had hazard pay. Corey Graves, by the way, on Monday Night Raw, filling in for Pat McAfee. September 13th, Michael Cole and Corey Graves will be the commentary team for Friday Night SmackDown moving forward until Monday Night Raw moves to Netflix, where Michael Cole will be back on Monday night, and that's, I'm assuming, when Joe Tessitore moves over to Friday Night SmackDown. But Punk attacked the security guys, Punk stood on the second rope, Drew retreated into the crowd, and that's the way the segment came to a close. Great. This was great. Everything that they did last week was a letdown. Punk was pandering to the crowd too much, blue collar, suck it up, baby face. CM Punk last week. We don't need that. We don't need that at all. Now I get that they don't really have much to express to each other. I get that there's not much dialogue anymore going into the match. But what we got this week is exactly what we needed to see from CM Punk. No words, only violence. No words, only anger. No words, only revenge. Great. They did this perfect. What happens on Saturday? It'll be very interesting to see what happens on Saturday, how that leads to bad blood. Because I'm assuming this is going to be inside Hell in a Cell. How do we get these two guys coming out of Berlin with legitimately 5 weeks to go? How do we get that 5 weeks to equal these two entering Hell in a Cell? Hopefully they got a nice game plan. Because I don't want to be sitting here 5 weeks from now saying, match is going to be good, but doesn't warrant Hell in a Cell. You need to warrant Hell in a Cell. Strap match is a very good start for that. We got a vignette airing with Braun Strowman talking about facing Bronson Reed. Tess is going to find out why they call him the monster of all monsters. Jey Uso. He enters the Intercontinental Title Contender Tournament. He wrestles Xavier Karrion Kross tonight. Winner of this match will be entered into a fatal four-way. And the winner of that fatal four-way will wrestle
championship gold and being something a little bit more important, and that the creative team has dropped the ball on Jey Uso. I think Rikishi is a little bit impatient. I really think Rikishi is getting just a little bit impatient. Kingston took most of this match. I didn't really give Kofi Kingston a shot at winning this. If there was one guy that I was going to give in the New Day a shot at winning this, it would have been Xavier. But not Kofi. We've been there, done that. Karrion Kross, I could have seen him hit Kofi and make events, kind of leaving Jey Uso on him. But that's not where we got it. That's not where we got it. Kingston took most of this match. Jey picked up the win here, and Kofi Kingston went right after Kross. Jey joined in. Kingston got the better of an exchange with Jey, wiped out both men. Trust dive ahead of a commercial break. Jey was in control after the break, but Kross cut him off.
This is Google.
Story. We had Randy Orton in the ring tonight, verbalizing what it meant to him to hold that World Heavyweight Championship, why that title was so special, why that means he wants to win this version of the title, why it's so important to him. When the time is right, Sheamus needs to also verbalize that to everybody who may not know that this is the only title, or one of the only titles he's never held before. And, when he was a young fan, that was the title he wanted to have. It's the one that has eluded him his entire career. And it would really be so special for him to be the Intercontinental Champion, but he's got to go through Braun Breaker to get it. That could be a WrestleMania. You don't blow through that match of bad blood. So, the main event. Actually, before we get to the main event, Michael Cole and Corey Graves, they paid tribute to Psycho Sid, and they aired a memorial video for him, which they were able to turn around very quickly. They always do a good job with this stuff. Cole mentioned that when he first came to WWE in 1997, Sid was one of the first people to greet him. And
So do you.
to the voices in his head, we're now listening to their voices in his head. So hearing fans sing along to his song means the world to him, even if it took you 15 years. He says he's won many, many titles, but the one that means the most to him is the World Heavyweight title. And that's because he was the youngest wrestler to have his name engraved on that belt. He said he had the honor to unify the two world titles they had at the time 10 years ago. He said he retired the World Heavyweight Championship, and that had his name engraved on the title. He said a year ago that title was reborn, but he was at home recovering from spinal fusion surgery and didn't know if he would ever wrestle again. He said a new title means a new legacy. And you deserve that Randy Orton. He said he'll be in new territory in Berlin, and he'll be facing a living legend in Europe. He said he'll be facing a man whose head is shoved so far up his own ass, he doesn't even realize that he'll be facing the most decorated, successful, dangerous wrestler in the industry, and that has lasted over 20 years. He says he signed his first WWE contract when he was 19 years old. He said fans have watched him get humbled time after time and learn from his mistakes until he had to step out from behind the shadows and earn every ounce of respect that comes with his name. He said he and Gunther might share in common being egotistical pricks, but he was humbled while Gunther has never experienced any of that. He said on Saturday that's what he intends to do. So the match could have just been about the title, but Gunther had to bring his family and his demons into it. He said he beat those demons, and they were more difficult to beat than Gunther. I thought this was a great run. I see, and it's their opinion. I see some people thinking Randy Orton's promos are very sleep-inducing. Sound effect they were playing. You know what it was? It was the sound effect that first night the Wyatt Six murdered everybody in the back. It was like this rumbling noise that they were playing. But I thought the message of the promo was spot on. I thought the message that Randy Orton was trying to convey to us was spot shot at SummerSlam, win the World Championship. Why wouldn't Randy Orton want to cash in his own title, or I guess rematch in this case, which is now conveniently a title match? Why wouldn't he want this at this point, at this time? Of course he does. He's smart for wanting that, smart for doing so. But more important than that, which management took care of, was the World Heavyweight Championship. Randy Orton told us how important that World Heavyweight Championship is to him and what it means to him. I love that because it's all about the goal. Gunther's making the World Heavyweight Championship the most important thing in this world. Why shouldn't Randy Orton? Randy Orton's got a fucking history with that thing that far supersedes anything with Gunther. I thought this was great. Excellent stuff here. And I think they're going to kill it on Saturday afternoon. We're going to start by airing about Isla Dawn and Alba Fire talking about Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. Tag team title match is made and confirmed for Bash in Berlin. Again, nobody cares.
Exactly.
Division titles, talent that has not been put over properly.
Exactly.
Bronson Reed. Big Bronson Reed.
Well, you saw that, so might want to end the video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the support. Hit that like button. Leave a comment. Hopefully y'all enjoy my video. I'll be back with more. Until next time, this is Jacob Cass 2024. I'll see you all later.